Hello, I'm Sifu Carlos. I'm the co-founder and lead instructor of the London Martial Arts Center. And I'd like to share today a subject of a conversation that I had yesterday with a parent of a kid doing his kid's class. And it was about his attendance to class. His daughter started before, like last year, and then he started also doing the classes and also as a way to support and her kid, his kid, but also to for himself, for his health, and to have more energy for his daily activities. He's an entrepreneur, he has his own business, and he works a lot. So lately, he hasn't been able to attend to his classes as much as he wanted. And we've been noticing that he's booking his classes, but then he cancels the bookings. Yesterday, he told me he would take a hold for a bit until September when he hopes to have more time to come to classes. And then I need to have an honest conversation with him because it's not about the membership itself, but it's about him. It's about his health, and this is something that we it's part of the main part of our goals and our mission is to provide tools for people to improve their health, not only physically but mentally and emotionally, because martial arts and in our case kung fu and tai chi can provide that for the students. So the the main thing is about time because he has fewer moments that he can dedicate to himself, and it doesn't fit with the times of the classes there at our school. So I was talking with him about how can we plan this better, like how can we plan our time better, and I made a correlation with finances. That is something that I learned a long time ago about finances. That is, we have a very basic concept about savings. So it's good to save money for the future, not only for a rainy day, but to invest on ourselves, like take some vacations, go travel and have fun and things like that. And we need money for that, and we need to save money for that. So saving money is a result, as far as we are used to learn, is a result of how much we have in revenue of income minus how much we expend, how much we we use to pay for things. Can be bills, can be things that we need, things that we think we need. But in summary, basically, what we can save is getting what we earn minus what we expend. And that's our savings. And a concept that changed my way of seeing finances and even helped me a lot in the past was considering the savings before I begin to expand my income. So, for example, I receive my salary at the beginning of the month or in the end of the previous month. And the first thing I do is to establish how much I want to save. So, in the beginning, it can be 1% or even $1 or $2 or 10%, whatever we want, just to get started with this process. So once we reserve these savings in a separate account, we have all the other amount of money to use to sustain ourselves, to pay for bills, to pay for other things. And we start to changing our mindset to something like, okay, so this is what I really earned. It's like the taxes. So the revenue services, they take money before we receive our money. So we don't even receive our money. So you're going to act like a revenue services for yourself. And we are going to take this money for savings, and then we are going to learn how to survive and how to plan ourselves to spend with what we get left. And this is the same thing with our health. When I'm talking about money, because money is something that is more tangible. We see the numbers there, we see the numbers growing. But in terms of health, we cannot see these right away. The consequences of what we do with our health will be felt like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. And then it might be too late. Actually, no, we can't solve things, but it will be much harder to solve. But then the consequences are done. It's like our body, our health is a vendor, a collector that comes to us each month, every day actually, and presents us with a bill. So this bill is due today. If we don't pay this bill today, okay, you need to exercise, you need to eat healthy, we need to sleep, you need to have your mind resting. If you don't pay this bill with all these activities today, there will be some interest on that. And the interest will grow with time. So if we neglect doing some exercise, doing some conscious activities for our mind, for our body, for our emotions, we're going to pay a lot of interest in the future. So we need to start this today. We cannot postpone to Monday. So it's not about only going to classes, but using the analogy with the savings, the money savings, is the same thing. We need to block every day a time that we're going to do some kind of exercise, some kind of movement. Because if we don't do that, we won't do that during the day. Once our activities start, our work start, our interactions with our family and friends and everything start, we are not going to stop to do some exercise unless you block some time. You block some time. You have no other option. So this time is blocked. I have all the other hours in the day to do everything else. And then you're going to start saving your health, literally saving your health for the future. So it's the same thing with the money. The thing is, again, we can't see this right away, but you're going to feel this right away. When you go to a class with us, you're going to feel this right away. In your body, it may take some time. In your mental health, may take some time. And sometimes you can say, okay, I'm training, but I'm still stressed. I'm still very worried about things. But if you were not training, you're going to be feeling worse than that. And it can be anything. Okay, I understand that sometimes our schedule will not fit your day, and that's okay. But you need to block to yourself. You need to find activity to do yourself. Do the warm up, do some kicks, do anything at home. Half an hour, 1 hour, but block this time. For me, it can work differently for other persons, but for me, it works better if I start everything in the morning, first thing in the morning, and do my workout, my exercise. And if I can, I do more during the day. But usually I can't because there's a lot of things to do during the day, a lot of interactions, and you end up not doing because you focused on doing some other things. So that was the honest conversation I had with him, because we care about people. We care about people that are in our community. We really do that, and we want them to be healthy. It's something that breaks my heart sometimes to see people not going to classes and start having their health decaying, not only physical health but mental health and other things. And I tell them, even if it doesn't work with us, you can look for another thing to do, but you need to do something. You need to practice some activity, some conscious activity. What I mean by conscious activity is something that you pay attention on what you are doing. Because if you don't pay attention what you're doing, the effect will be much lesser than it would be if you were paying attention. And during a martial arts class, for example, any martial arts, you're going to need to pay attention to what you're doing. And if you are not paying attention, a coach, an instructor will call your attention to that, and it will say to you, okay, Pay attention to what you're doing. Do this movement hard. You need to fix that. And that's the most important part. It's not about which technique you're doing. It's not about which level you are on. It's about paying attention on what you're doing. You're focusing there. Your energy is in there. And if your energy is in improving your body, improving your mental health, improving your emotional health, the result will be that. It's a seed. It's a little seed that you're planting. It's some savings, some cents that you're placing in the savings account. They will grow along the time. They will collect interest along the time. But it's better to collect interest to your savings than to your debt. And it's the same thing. And this debt will be collected someday. Okay. So thank you again for watching. If you can, share this video if you think it's interesting and can help other people. And yes, and that's it for today. Thank you for watching and have a great day or a great night yourself. Bye.